This tutorial is for intermediate blenderers out there. Hey guys, Nick here from Irrational 3D. Today I'm going to teach you how to make this abstract donut animation in Blender 2.8. I actually learned this stuff from Perry Cooper on the Motion Designers community. Here's the link for the tutorial. It's for Cinema 4D. So let's get to it. There's no time to waste. Here, let's gonna import a torus, and now we're gonna get the minor radius going to be 0.3. The major segments are going to be 80 and 20. This is going to generate like this squared mesh all around. Now shade smooth. Let's go to add modifier, and we're going to add a subdivision surface. On the viewport, we're going to make it subdivisions level 2. Okay, displace modifier, and we're going to make a new one, new, and we're going to make type clouds. Here we're going to make the noise base. It's going to be a Voronoi F1. This is looking ugly right now, but you're going to go to the modifier tab and check the strength. It's going to be 0.40, 140. And there you go. Now it's looking a little bit better. I guess the size is going to be 0.7. You can play with these tabs right here, whatever you want, the settings you want. The depth is going to be 0, and the colors here, right here, it's going to be the brightness 1.4, and the contrast is gonna stay, let's check 5. And here you have like this shape, like it was like carving it out. And let's check the color ramp in order to get the best results. You can move the color up, and you're gonna get lots of results like this. We're going to add another subdivision modifier in order to smooth out these edges. We're going to make this shape animate itself without keyframes. Well, you're not going to be putting keyframes on it. Okay, let's check. The texture coordinates are going to be managed by an object, and that object is going to be an empty. And that empty, I'm going to make it a sphere. So check it out. If we check the sphere, check the empty, it's going to be the object that's managing the coordinates. If you scale it up or down, it's going to scale up the texture. Now, if we rotate it, it's going to rotate all the texture too. Now, if we want to animate it this, we're going to go to here, animation, the animation tab, check this, and go to the graph editor, and by selecting the empty object, you're going to press I, location rotation keyframes, and that's going to make a keyframe right at the start. Now we're going to select the X location, press N to show all the F curves and modifiers, and then go to built-in function. That built-in function is going to be a cosine, and the amplitude is going to be 0.5, and the phase multiplier is going to be 0.05. That's going to give us a seamless loop when we render it, and we're going to render it at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. Okay, when you have this, it's going to start moving. I'm gonna uncheck the modifiers so you can see it, because it's going to be a little bit heavy on my PC, but here you go. Now the sign's moving this null object around the x-axis, and it's going to be seamless. We're going to copy the modifier and go to the Y location and copy and paste this modifier, and you're done. And if you check this cosine and change it for a sine, it's going to be a circle. There you have it. Now it's a seamless loop. Let's go to layout again, stop this. This collection, I'm gonna change the name. It's gonna be negative because it's the carved out mesh. And we're going to duplicate this collection and name it positive. Now, you're going to go to the displace modifier and check here, and you want to duplicate this texture and change the name to positive texture. Now, if we change this color ramp and flip the color ramp, it's going to generate the opposite mesh. And that's what we want. Now we're going to play with the brightness in order to tighten up these edges. And there you have it. And everything is animated already. Everything is good to go right now. You can shade it, you can do whatever you want. Here, it's going to be moving around and it's perfect. Okay, rotate it on the x-axis, select everything and rotate it. Now make a plane, scale it up, hit tab to enter edit mode, select edges, extrude them up. There you go. Now select this, the plane, add a modifier, add a bevel, offset it, and add some segments. I think 6 good. Anyways, you're gonna apply shade smooth. The render settings. We're going to render settings. We're gonna check cycles. We're going to check the GPU compute. If you have a good GPU, render 64. We don't need more. It's gonna take a lot if you do. Now let's go to output properties. If you want it to be like full HD, it's going to be 1920 by 1080. But I want it for Instagram. So I have a preset here. It's called EG Instagram. In case you don't know, the Instagram aspect ratio is going to be 1080 by 1350, and that's it. The frame rate is going to be 60 frames per second in order to make it smooth when we imported it to the editing software. We're done here. We're going to make it, we're going to add a denoise data and go to compositing, use nodes right here. Add a denoise. And then when we render it, it's going to add a denoise because we're rendering like low sample rates right now. Just add colors, whatever you want. For the background, I'm gonna add this shape. And then for the torus itself, I'm gonna add, I don't know, like a blue. And then for the other shape, the positive torus, I'm going to add a yellow. I'm just playing around with the colors right now. And there you have it. You're taking it down. Add a camera. And there you go. I hope it's all clear. I hope you like it. See you next time.